Hi, how are you today? I am here to talk to you today about goal setting. It is such an important project management skill that you can use in your day to day life. And it doesn't just have to be for your work life, it can be for your home life. It can really be in any single aspect of your life. And I think most people have heard of the SMART objectives or SMART goals. We're going to go after that real quick. And then we're really going to talk about some examples on how you can apply it. So the first part is going to be specific. It needs to be a goal that you can define very easily. So for instance, I have a goal and it is to go upstairs and to set up my guest room, which is absolutely a disaster. I'll probably do a video on that sometime, and to turn it into my guest room slash YouTube video store like area. Because right now I'm in my living room and every single time I have to do this, it's like a big production. So specific for me is going to be set the and then as measure what are the results. So for me, it's going to be a functioning guest room where I can still have guests over, but also it needs to be a room where I can do filming easy, where I can store all my different lights and all my equipment and have a couple different areas within the room to record. So you're not seeing the same thing every single time because it's like ugh, totally boring, right? So then you want it to be measurable. The next thing is you want it to be achievable. You can't set goals so high. Like if I said I wanted a 2,000 square foot room, well, that's bigger than like my entire place, right? So you really want to make sure it's something that you can achieve. You want to make sure it's something that you can afford. We're going to be talking scope management a lot throughout this. You want it to be something that's achievable, right? Because if you set a goal that's too hard, you're not going to be able to make it. So you want to set it hard enough. And trust me, tackling this bedroom project really is going to be a hard goal. I have to like paint and I have to remove hardware from the windows. I have to like put in window curtains. I have all kinds of idea how I want to blend this kind of studio impact as well as make it into a guest room so that when I have people over that they have a comfortable place to stay. And then the next thing is you want it to be relevant. And why is this relevant? Well, first of all, when my guests come over, they need a place to sleep, right? And my niece and nephew are going to be coming to visit me in a few months. And so I definitely want to make sure I have everything set up. And the other thing that's relevant is, like I said, my living room is a disaster. I have lights everywhere. I have equipment everywhere. Luckily, I live alone, but the cats think the cords are like the best thing in the world to play with, right? So you want to make sure that it's relevant. And then the last thing that you want to make sure is that it is time bound, right? So, what's my plan? And so, what I will say is, this is a project I've kind of had on the back burner for, I don't know, forever, but probably since the pandemic started, my stepdaughter was in the room for a while, and I said, "Oh gosh, I really need to redo this room." After she left and everything, once the lockdowns were over, and I said, "What am I going to do with this room?" And for a while, it was that kind of brainstorming, that dreaming set part that we were talking about last session. And from there, I started thinking about like, what do I really want to do with it? So time bound, and I need everybody in this audience to keep me honest, is in 1 month's time. So that should be the 1st of May that I have that room set up, ready to go, and then that's the new place that I'm recording from. So the goal there, I think I can achieve it, but we went over what's specific, what's measurable, what's achievable, what's relevant, what's timely. And what I would encourage you to do is think about that with your own goals. And this can be anything, and you don't necessarily have to go through all of these things in your head for everything that you do. For some of them, you're going to want to do this, you're going to want to write it really looking at those goals. For instance, my sister and I are working on a brand new arm, and I have to talk to her after this. And, we're spending a lot of time on what is our business plan? What is our business model? What are we doing? Going over those goals and really making sure we have smart objectives for each and every single one of those goals. But on the other hand, say that your goal is to make a dinner, right? And for me, I don't know about you, that can be a real struggle, right? So it's like get up in the morning, you do your day. I got the 9 to 5. I'm busy, busy, busy. End of the day, it's like, oh my gosh, like I have to just make dinner, right? And so that can be something, but in your head, you don't have to do the entire smart process and write it all down. But super quick, like, what's specific? I am going to make salmon. What's measurable? Having food on the table. Is it achievable? Yes, dinner's achievable. I promise you. Sometimes it might not seem like it, but it really is. Is it relevant? Yeah, it's definitely relevant at the end of the day. And is it time bound? Yes, because if you go past a certain time, you can be super, super hungry. And the other thing with that, at least in my life, is I try to do intermittent fasting. And what I've realized is definitely cutting down that eating at night. Oh my gosh, like eating at night just absolutely overwhelms me. So I have to make sure it is time bound and I have dinner done 7:30. I just want to thank everybody out there. If you like this channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please like me. Please share it with your friends. Like most of you out there, I am working, trying to get it in just one avenue right now. And I just want to share my thoughts with you. Hopefully, you find them valuable. And thanks a lot for your time today. And what we're going to be talking about next is I have no clue what we're talking about next. I should have really looked that up before we started this. I have all these little thumbnails already worked out on Canva. If you don't know Canva, it's an amazing program. But I will be talking to you next week about project management life skills. Thank you so much, everybody. Please subscribe and have a great day.